emotional right now because it's not about I'm sad or whatever. No, because looking back last year, when my mind was really having this wild thoughts, like every conversation with my partner, it's like a war. It's not that we are arguing with each other, but the war in my head, like I want to fight him. But now it's like the conversation, it was actually the conversation we have is even more deeper, and like if I am the same person like I was last year, I would walk away. But now it really changed. I can let my higher self like take over, and I let the energy of my partner just pass through me, and it's effortless. I can really feel now like the passing of the energy because I already imagined that I have a field and then I'm a light being. I don't know if you can imagine, but this is in my head. I am already a light being, crystalline in form. And I saw this energy coming from my partner, try to like coming to me, right? And I can sense the tension, but I heard something in my voice that let it pass. Let it pass. Don't hold it, because I believe what I'm doing before in the past, that I didn't know about this, that I don't have this vision in my head. I would block it, and that blockage will give me tension through my heart because I can feel it here. And I said, no, let it pass. I just heard it in my head, let it pass, because I can imagine the energy coming to me, as we were conversing with each other. I said, it says, let it pass, let it pass. Okay, so with this, I just have a download. With this knowledge, okay, it can avoid divorce, really, because you don't treat it like very personal, okay? You treat it like energy to energy, frequency to frequency. So you are a light being, so crystalline in information, like so light formation, light formation, and here's coming an energy towards you, and if you come to think about that way, it's more easier to grasp what is happening, because these are all illusions, right? And now I can navigate now how to deal with life because I can picture now like who am I as a being and who are they and the external, what are they doing to me, right? So now I can picture like, oh, this is how it goes. So you just have to let it pass, okay, through you. You acknowledge, yeah, okay, this is the conversation. You don't really feel like it, but you just have to let it pass through you. And once you do that, once you accept that, it just flow. It will not stop. And I can sense in the body too. I can feel it in the body, in my body, like, oh, I don't have that kind of pressure like I used to feel before. Like every time I really have this feeling, I really have to run. In my mind, I have to run, I have to block it. I feel numb, okay? My strategy before was to numb. I'm not going to listen to you anymore. But what I can do, I was very focused. And I have that space. I was looking at him. I was looking at the person. Okay, I look at the person, but in space. Like, okay. And I never judge the person, the way they talk, the way they conversing even though it's a bit heated and the more not heated, like passionate, right? But I cannot, but what I mean I cannot, it's like I can easily understand now how to maneuver my body in dealing with the emotion and how it's going. Like it's amazing. And I just let my higher self, I would call in, like, and I can tell if my higher self is coming in because I can feel the vibrations and my body is changing. I can feel the shift, you know, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, wow. Um, I know it's a challenge because as long as you're here in this dimension and as long as you are with people who are not like you, I mean, they are like you, but they are not awake. So you can adjust yourself to the situation. It's much easier to handle and like wow, I never and I don't even feel now what was happening earlier. It's like it was like what did happen or what did we talk? It's like because I just let it pass, you know. I recognize the feeling, it's heavy, and then I just let it pass through me and it was gone. And that's how what people were doing and was telling in my in one of the videos that I saw, like you just have to recognize it, let it pass through you, and you feel better. Like I feel better. Like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Because the topic that was discussed today is really, 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 really deep. It's a deep conversation, but it's amazing. I was able to make it through. Like, if I can compare myself, like last year, yeah, I don't think I will. I will face it with that mentality I have before, like uh, you know, being numb all the time to not really listen on the conversation. Like I really just have to have my own way, not knowing what the others are thinking, right? So yeah. So this is wonderful feeling. It it amazes me, and so maybe that's why those who are enlightened, um, that's why I feel when I because there are few now in my FYP that I've seen people who are really doing the work and who is really on the level of source consciousness, or and they carry source energy. The way they talk is mellow. It's like they always have the love in their heart. The way they use the words, it's very, very soothing. And I've seen the pattern. They are very humble, super humble. I don't think none of them mention about even manifestation. They just said that everything is possible once you get to the point where they are. And I'm not in the place where they are. I still have to get used to the feeling of like interacting, how I can do this, right? So, yeah, I'm very new and it's amazing. I'm just in my 10 months from the awakening, and it's amazing like how will I go after this, like what I discover, right? I discover my original soul map, my soul purpose and contract. My soul map and my soul contract is different because of the way I enter this lifetime. You are not going to understand it, but I was supposed to just hold the frequency when I was born, but I almost died. But then I was supposed to die. Okay, but then I I don't know. From that time on, I don't know if I renegotiated myself or the council negotiated it that I should retain, and then I decided, that's what my higher self said, that I decided to stay. And that word stay really maintain even the moment I have a deeper conversation with the husband before my awakening, when I wanted to just leave, you know, the marriage, but then my higher self take over. And that time I really trusted that whatever comes out of my mouth will be the answer. But then the answer wasn't my my expectation, because the answer was to stay, and I can't really 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 take it, the answer to stay. That was the higher self, the soul speaking at that moment, that I really in my mind thought that if you are God, within me, what would be your answer? Let it speak through my voice, and then it came out to stay. And I can't really really take the answer at that time. That's why I was awakened. Okay, when I was awakened, that pain that I was holding for such years, because my husband and I are married for 19 and going 20, 19 years of marriage, right? And with all the pain that I've been, because you have to address something, and human as you are, there are so many things to adjust, right, with a human. So yeah, and knowing also myself, how to deal with, that's a lot of work. So I really come to that point, and then that was my awakening. Okay, through the husband, through also to my son, because it was it was the wake up call for me, through my son, and then the husband speak up with that. Yeah, that's why I value them, because they are the bridge to wake me up. I was not awakened by the death of my father, my brother, my mother, and I call Nanay the person who really took care of me when I was little until I was 21. So it was 5 years old until I was 21. She was the one, and I lost her. And I lost friendships and everything like that, relationships. So many times I get heartbroken, but I wasn't awakened with that. I have accidents, I have near death experience, I have been doing astral travel projection, astral travel to the cosmo, and I wasn't really awakened through that. Only through them that I was awakened. So that's why it has a value to me. Okay, so, and yeah, it's just amazing how things are working out. Things that is so unexpected. That's it. That's all my story right now, and I'll talk to you some more in the next video. I don't know what's gonna be, but I'll just let my higher self do the talk because I don't really know what comes to me. So that's it. Love you guys. Bye.